Supercars are more than machines. They are the ultimate expression of speed, power, and design. From the earliest pioneers to today's hypercars, each supercar tells a story of ambition and innovation. City lights weave beneath us, a living circuit pulsing with energy. Supercar silhouettes slice through mist, light trails bending around glass towers. This is the modern Colosseum of speed, where design meets skyline and ambition leaves luminous signatures across the night. The journey began in the 1950s and 60s. Cars like the Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing, Ferrari 250 GTO, and Lamborghini Miura redefined performance and style, merging art with engineering. In workshops scented with oil and hot metal, artisans coaxed curves from sheet steel. Hammers sang over wooden bucks, sparks danced like fireflies, and patience shaped perfection. Each panel carried fingerprints of craft, turning raw material into rolling sculpture with soul. Along the coast, classics breathe, carbs gulping air, tires whispering over tarmac. A downshift, a mechanical click, the ocean answering with wind. These machines taught generations that motion can be poetry and that engineering, when honest, speaks directly to the heart. Badges tell legacies. Leather stitches map journeys, and gated shifters promise precision. Wire wheels flash like jewelry in motion. Every detail is a chapter, proof that performance once wore elegance like a tailored suit, and that beauty and speed can share the same pulse. The 1970s and 80s were the golden era. Lamborghini Countach, Ferrari F40, and Porsche 959 pushed boundaries. Extreme design, raw power, and the birth of the modern supercar mentality. Slide into the cockpit and feel the era bite. A firm clutch, a heavy shift. Turbos spool like distant thunder. Red paint glows against tunnel tiles. Brake lights flare. Heartbeat quickens. This was driving raw. No filters, just courage and control. Out on the circuit, aerodynamics carve the air. Needles sweep, temps rise, downforce locks you to the arc. Every apex is a promise kept between chassis and driver, each straight a canvas where horsepower signs its bold, unmistakable signature. Neon-soaked nights, cameras flashing, posters on bedroom walls. Supercars became icons of culture. Angular bodies, scissor doors, defiant lines that made streets a stage. The dream spread in VHS glow, teaching the world to chase speed with style. Three legends launched together, engines harmonizing like thunder in stereo. Tach needles climb in unison, gear shifts snap like snare drums, and asphalt blurs beneath. Different badges, same mission. Turn fuel, friction, and fearlessness into unforgettable momentum. The 1990s and 2000s saw innovation explode: carbon fiber, turbochargers, and electronics. Cars like the McLaren F1, Bugatti Veyron, and Ferrari Enzo became icons of speed and precision. The test lane is truth. Speed builds, aero wakes to life, wings pivot against pressure. Air feeds intakes, brakes glow with disciplined fury. Numbers climb not for ego, but for evidence. Proof that science and obsession can outrun yesterday. In the wind tunnel, smoke reveals secrets, curling to show how shapes persuade the air. Beneath the skin, a carbon monocoque guards the driver like armor. Pedals, perfectly placed, translate intent into motion with microscopic mechanical honesty. Inside clean rooms, engineers orchestrate miracles, ECUs breathing logic into power, wiring looms carrying lightning, composites layered into featherweight strength. Torque rigs strain, data sings, and the blueprint of speed becomes a living, road-ready organism. Today's supercars are engineering masterpieces, hybrid systems, 1,000-plus horsepower engines, and aerodynamic perfection. They aren't just fast. They are statements of ambition and creativity. Hypercars bend physics with purpose. Watch a modern masterpiece carve a corner, aero surfaces flexing, tires translating downforce into confidence. Every sensor listens, every algorithm assists, yet the thrill remains ancient, man and machine daring gravity together. Electric torque arrives like a silent shout. Launch control pins the horizon closer. Dashboards glow with data, and a charging port hums with potential. Performance is no longer limited by cylinders. Innovation now speaks in electrons and instant response. Wind becomes visible in ribbons, tracing contours that were carved by computation. Active aero breathes with speed, opening, tilting, sinking. Efficiency and drama no longer compete. They collaborate, turning airflow into a sculptor of stability and speed. Supercars inspire movies, games, fashion, and dreams. They represent desire, aspiration, and the human pursuit of perfection, a symbol of what we can achieve. In curated galleries, silhouettes rest like modern art. Polished floors mirror perfect lines. Badges whisper heritage. These rooms are quiet, but the stories roar, of late-night drives, start-line nerves, and engineers who refuse the word enough. Culture responds, controllers click, sketchbooks fill, and projectors paint cars with dreams. Film, fashion, and games remix the supercar myth, passing it forward. What begins as speed becomes style, then language, one the world learns by heart. From Mercedes Gullwing to the Rimac Nevera, each supercar has shaped the automotive world. They remind us that innovation, passion, and courage define true greatness. From city panoramas to coastal sweepers and mountain passes, these machines connect landscapes with rhythm. Throttle, brake, turn, repeat. The planet becomes a playlist of elevation, camber, and sky, and every mile writes gratitude in rubber. Past and present share one racing line. A classic surges, a modern replies, and time folds for a heartbeat. Dust becomes sparks, nostalgia becomes now, and legacy proves itself not as memory, but as momentum still accelerating. EliteWorldCo celebrates the art, power, and legacy of supercars, a journey through speed, design, and human ambition. Elegance distilled, a clean stage, a quiet breath, and a reveal that respects the craft. Light traces contours like a designer's hand, and the emblem stands for dedication. Fine lines, fine tolerances, and the pursuit of excellence without shortcuts. One last look, a silhouette at rest, power contained. The road ahead is open, the story ongoing. For those who chase mastery, the horizon remains an invitation. Drive, learn, refine, repeat. The future waits at full throttle.